study about international taxation and transfer pricing. Hope you like it. Check it out.
International taxation and transfer pricing. Initial concept. The mass of laws and regulations that govern the taxation of foreign corporations and profits are more based on a few basic concepts. These include notions of tax neutrality and tax equity, diversity of national tax systems. A firm can conduct international business by exporting goods and services or by making direct or indirect foreign investments. Exports seldom trigger a tax exposure in the importing country because it is difficult for importing countries to enforce tax based on foreign exports. Types of tax. Types of tax are corporate income tax, withholding tax, value-added tax, border tax, and transfer tax. Tax burdens. While more and more governments are reducing marginal corporate tax rates, many also are broadening corporate tax bases. In the real world, effective tax rates seldom equal nominal tax rates. Internationally, tax burdens should always be determined by examining effective tax rates. Tax administration system. 1. Classical system. Classical system, corporate income tax on taxable income are levied at the corporate level at the shareholder level. And 2. Integrated system. Integrated system, corporate and shareholder tax are integrated so as to reduce or exclude a common variant of the integrated tax system. Foreign tax incentives. Many countries offer tax incentives to attract foreign investment. Incentives may include tax-free cash grants applied toward the cost of fixed assets of new industrial undertakings or relief from paying taxes for transition periods or tax holidays. Tax havens and harmful tax competition. So, is tax competition harmful? Certainly, it is beneficial if it makes governments more efficient. On the other hand, it is harmful when it shifts tax revenues away from governments that need them to provide services on which business rely. Taxation of foreign source income and double taxation. Every nation claims the right to tax income originating within its borders. National philosophies regarding the taxation of foreign source earnings differ. However, this is important from a tax planning perspective. A few countries, such as France, Hong Kong, Panama, and Venezuela, adopt the territorial principle of taxation and accept from taxation the income of resident corporations in general outside their borders. Foreign tax credit. Foreign tax credit may be calculated as a straightforward credit against income taxes paid on grants or subsidiary earnings and any taxes withheld at the source, such as dividends, interest, and royalties remitted to a domestic investor. The tax credit can also be estimated when the amount of foreign income tax paid is not very evident. Limits to tax credits. Home countries can tax foreign source income in many ways. A country may elect to tax income from its separate national source. At the other extreme, a foreign source income from any foreign source may be combined and taxed once. A separate foreign tax credit limitation applies to U.S. taxes on the foreign source taxable income of each of the following types of income, or baskets. 1. Passive income. Investment-type income such as dividends, interest, royalties, and rents, so general income. Foreign source taxable income is foreign source gross income less expenses, losses, and deductions allocable to the foreign source income, plus a ratable share of expenses, losses, and deductions that cannot be allotted definitely to any item or class or gross item. Tax treaties. Tax treaties affect withholding taxes on dividends, interest, and royalties paid by the enterprise of one country to foreign shareholders. They usually grant reciprocal reduction in withholding taxes on dividends and often entirely exempt royalties and interest from withholding. Foreign exchange consideration. Transaction gains or losses in currency other than the functional currency are generally accounted for under the taxation perspective. Under this approach, any exchange gain or loss recognized when the foreign currency the transaction is settled is treated as ordinary income and accounted for separately from the underlying transaction. However, gains or losses on transaction qualifying as hedges of concerned foreign currency transaction can be integrated with the underlying transaction. For example, gain or loss incurred on a forward exchange contract is treated as an effective hedge of a foreign currency loan, would offset the transaction gain or loss on the underlying obligation. Tax planning dimension. Tax planning issues with good effects. Tax considerations should never control business strategy. Financial or operating strength of a business transaction must stand on its own. Constant change in tax laws limit the benefit of long-term tax planning. Organizational consideration. In taxing foreign source income, many taxing jurisdictions focus on the organizational form of a foreign operation. If initial operations abroad are forecast to generate costs, it may be tax advantage to organize initially as a branch. Once foreign operations turn profitable, operating them as subsidiaries may be attractive. Moreover, if tax on foreign profits are lower in the host country than in the parent country, profit of a subsidiary are not taxed by the parent country until repatriated. Controlled foreign corporation and support as income. The United States was this loophole with the Controlled Foreign Corporation, or CFC, and support as income provision. CFC is corporation in which U.S. shareholder, U.S. corporation citizen or residents, directly or indirectly, own more than 50% of its combined voting power of fair market value. Support as income includes certain related party sales and service income. Offshore holding companies. The tax-related advantages of this holding company organizational form include 1. Securing beneficial withholding tax rate on dividend interest royalty and similar payment. 2. Deferring U.S. tax on foreign earnings until they are reverted to the U.S. parent company, namely directly paying such earnings or as overseas. 3. Deferring U.S. tax on gains from the sale of the share of the foreign operating subsidiaries. Financing decision. The manner in which foreign operations are financed can also be set by tax considerations. Other things equal the tax deductibility of debt, which increase the after tax return on equity. Increases the attractiveness of debt financing in high tax countries, where local currency borrowing is constrained by local government.
that mandate minimum level of equity infusion by the foreign parent company borrowing to finance this capital infusion will achieve similar aims, provided the taxing jurisdiction of the parent allows the interest to be deductible. Falling of tax credit. Falling income from money sources allow excess credit generated from countries with high tax rates to offset tax on income received from low tax jurisdictions. Excess tax credit, for example, can be extended to tax paid in connection with dividends distributed by second and third tier foreign corporations in a multinational network. Integrating international tax planning. To achieve integration of international tax planning, he recommended the following steps. 1. Seek competent tax advice in every relevant jurisdiction. 2. Communicate all the facts to each tax advice. Tax conclusions are often based on fine distinction among facts. 3. Appoint a single tax expert to coordinate and reconcile the advice from the various jurisdictions. 4. Be sure that the plan fits the business. Sophisticated cross-border tax planning cannot be both of the sale. 5. Put all of the tax analysis in writing. 6. Be careful with the documentation of transactions. The audit battle is often won or lost based on the document. 7. Obtain high-quality legal advice for any tax position that falls into a gray area or might be considered aggressive. And last, consider how you will feel if your tax planning appears in the local newspaper.
International transfer pricing, complicating variables. The need for transfer pricing arises when goods or services are exchanged between organizational units of the same company. The transfer price places a monetary value on intercompany exchange that occur between operating units and is a substitute for a market price. It is generally recorded as revenue by one unit and a cost by the other. Transfer pricing is of relatively recent origin. Transfer pricing in the US developed along with the decentralization movement that influenced many American businesses during the first half of the 20th century. Once a company expands internationally, the transfer pricing problem quickly becomes more serious. Tax consideration. Unless counteracted by law, corporate profit can be increased by setting transfer prices so as to move profit from subsidiaries domiciled in high tax countries to subsidiaries domiciled in low tax countries. Tariff consideration. Tariff on import would also affect the transfer pricing policies of multinational companies. For example, company exporting goods to a subsidiary domiciled in high tariff country can reduce the tariff assessment by lowering the prices of merchandise sent there. Competitive factor. To facilitate the establishment of a foreign subsidiary abroad, parent company could supply the subsidiary with input invoice at very low prices. The price subsidies could be removed gradually as the forex affiliate strengthens its position in the forex market. Environmental risks. Various competitive consideration abroad might warrant charging low transfer prices to foreign subsidiaries. The risk of severe price inflation might call for the opposite. Inflation erodes the purchasing power of outsourced cash. High transfer price on goods or service provided to a subsidiary facing high inflation can remove as much cash from the subsidiary as possible. Performance evaluation consideration. Transfer pricing policies are also affected by their impact on managerial behavior and are often a major determinant of corporate performance. Resolving trade-offs. Management accountant can play a significant role in quantifying the trade-off in transfer pricing strategy. The challenge is to keep a global perspective when mapping out the benefits and costs associated with a transfer pricing decision.
Market versus cost. The use of market-oriented transfer pricing offers several advantages. Market trades out the opportunity for the transferring entity of not selling in the external market, and their use will concern the efficient use of the current scarce resource, wise potentially comfortable transaction among the channels. Range principle. 1. Comparable uncontrolled price method. Under this approach, transfer price are set by reference price shared in comfortable transactions of the independent companies or trade corporation and another third party. 2. Comparable uncontrolled transaction method. This method applies to transfer of intangible assets. Its identity of benchmark reality rate by referencing uncontrolled transaction in which the same or similar intangible are transferred. Like the comparable controlled price method, this method allows for market comparable. 3. The sell price method. This method calculates the price by starting with the final selling price that is the item interested in stock. After massive profit expect and normal profit is then it educates from this price based company transfer price. 4. Cost-plus pricing method. Cost-plus pricing is work forward towards considering associated cost of local currency. 5. Comparable profit method. Comparable pricing method what general mentions that similarly situated taxpayer or similar revenue over reasonable period. Second, intercompany profit in taxation between various taxation. Comparable to profit in taxation between various taxes. Two digits in similar business activities and similar circumstances. 6. Profit split method. Profit split method are used when product or market benchmark are not available. Essentially, the important value of is not in the party relation between the affected companies in one relation. Second, order pricing method or exciting pricing methodologies do not always reflect underlying circumstances. Additional methodologies are allowed to result in more commercial from line pricing. Advanced pricing agreement. Advanced pricing agreement are readily multinational and international authorities voluntarily negotiate and agree transfer pricing methodology as distinct on both parties. This agreement ranges from the limited list of transfer pricing audit, setting types and money for both the multinational and the taxing authorities. Transfer price multinational corporations usually vary along many dimensions such as size, industry, nationality, organizational structure, degree of international involvement, technology, product or service, and competitive conditions. Therefore, it is the parties pricing that a variety of transfer pricing methods are found in this 23. Most of the empirical evidence for transfer pricing practice is either on surface because corporate pricing policies are often considered proprietary. Such surface will be interpreted positively. The multinational corporations significantly more than consider practice during the business planning cycle than they did 5 years ago. Transfer pricing is basically of taxes into their more of revenue into their contributes value.